Welcome to Life Vibes. I'm your host, Breezey Clark. I'm a certified yoga instructor and owner of Breeze Sexy Yoga. I'm also a senior communications major here at Tarleton State University. Life Vibes is all about the different lifestyles of the Cross Timbers area. And today, we are talking about high school students and how they transition to college. Our studio guest today is Jonathan Kern. Welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you for having me.
Jonathan is originally from Georgetown. He is a senior fitness management major here at Tarleton. He is also a control desk worker at Rec Sports Recreation Center, and he has ran track and cross country at Tarleton. Now, Jonathan, you started running track in high school.
Yes, that is correct.
So you were on the track and cross country team for quite some time.
Yes.
When did you actually start running?
I started running track in 8th grade and then didn't really get serious into running until I was a sophomore in high school. And really just became serious was because I actually saw a way to get to college and help my parents pay for college.
So you kind of saw that path was how you wanted to create your college career?
Yes, that was the initial goal was to, the initial goal was to have fun, really.
Of course.
Then once I became better and saw what I could do and saw the opportunities that I could have with running, I decided to get really involved into it.
Well, tell me a little bit about Georgetown. I'm not really familiar with that area. It is north of Austin.
Yes, it is 30 miles north of Austin, not far away at all from the big city. So the transition from Georgetown to here was very big, which we'll get to that later. But really, Georgetown is just it's almost like Stephenville with the country vibe to it, with everyone comes together as one. Everyone tries to be together and tries to help everyone do whatever they needed to accomplish.
Oh, that sounds like a great community. Now, what size high school is that?
It is a 5A high school.
5A high school, wow.
I believe I graduated about 930-some people.
Wow, that is a lot. So what an experience to run track and cross country at such a large school. Was it a very big team that you were on?
Yes, our cross country team compared to Tarleton's team, on the cross country team, we had at least 40 plus guys on the team. Here we had about 10 to 12.
Oh, wow, that is a big difference.
So it was a very big difference. It was a big change from coming in as a freshman in high school and having, say, 20-something freshmen that came in to run, and coming to college where I was the only freshman that came in for the cross-country team.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that was a big transition for me, not knowing anyone on the team, knowing everyone from high school on the team. From when I first arrived at high school at Georgetown until when I came here, I didn't know anybody.
Now, what made you come to Tarleton exactly? Was this somewhere that you had your eyes set on, or did it have something to do with the cross-country track experiences?
It really had to do with the visit I took here. I took the visit here in December of '08 and loved the campus, loved the guys on the team, felt very comfortable with coming here. I enjoyed the town from what I saw. So
you just appreciated Stephenville and the atmosphere here?
I appreciated the country, the really, really laid-back country.
That's a good way to describe Stephenville.
Yes.
It is very laid back and country.
Yeah, go by just however you're feeling that day, you just go by the flow. And that's what I love, and that's what I like about Stephenville. That's why I came here.
Well, that's great. Well, when you made that transition from high school to college, in your last 2 years, because you said you got pretty serious about running track and cross country your sophomore year. So what kind of started happening junior, senior year that really paved that route for college?
Well, really it was this sophomore year of track that I really became dedicated to running full time. It was really because of the fact that I actually ran sub 2 minutes in the 800. And that motivated me to run over the summer, which then motivated me then helped run better in cross, and then helped me run faster in track the next year, which ended up running 156. The following year, my senior year, ended up running 153. Became one of the fastest kids in the entire state, and came here to run.
Wow, that's awesome. Now I run a little bit myself. I assure you I don't run fast, and I will never be able to run that fast. But you talked a lot about discipline and consistency, because I feel like that's my problem when it comes to running. I enjoy running, but to actually stay consistent and to push yourself and to stay in that mindset, because I'm sure even as a track and cross country runner, you don't always feel like running.
Correct.
So what keeps you motivated, or what drives you to keep up that lifestyle?
Really, the big thing is to have either a group of people to run with, or have a buddy that's has the same goals, same aspirations as you do. With me, my best friend in the entire world, which is Jacob Guerrero, who graduated from A&M, big brother school to us. But, we could run shoulder to shoulder every day, and
so just having that,
just having someone there to push you along, to get you out of bed. That's the big thing.
Oh, well, maybe I need to find a running partner. Maybe that'll help. So when you came to Tarleton your freshman year, and you were in, how many years at Tarleton have you run?
I ran for 2 years at Tarleton and dealt with a lot of injuries. And
I'm sure I've heard of a lot of different injuries from running that you can face over time.
Right.
So was there something specific that happened, or was it just over time?
No, it was just a bunch of different things. I had 2 knee injuries, had an ankle injury, that eventually led to me having to stop running, was because of my ankle. But other than that, it's just the grind of every single day, being up at 5 o'clock in the morning, running 70 miles a week, and just
70 miles a week. I was going to ask how many miles. You've covered a lot of ground in your time.
Yes, ma'am. I've covered a lot.
Wow. Well, that's great. I hope that I can eventually one day get up the speed, possibly not quite as fast as you are, but the consistency to run every week and to be that dedicated, because I think that is something really great. And I've heard that it's very therapeutic to run, actually.
Yes,
and just an enjoyable experience, just on your own, because it's not any type of contact sport, but it is fitness, and it is a sport in itself.
Right, and you wouldn't have any other sports if you didn't have running.
No, you gotta have running. You gotta be able to run to play all the other
Sure.
sports.
But going back to having a partner to run with, like you were saying, it's peaceful, it's meditating to run. Like, someday you don't have to run every day with someone. Some days you can just go for a run on your own, because if you've been into it for a little bit, 1 run or 2 runs a week by yourself is going to be easy.
Right.
You'll be able to clear your head, clear your mind, do what you need to do to figure out what you need to do that day.
So just finding that balance. And
Right.
So someone kind of accountability, but they don't always have to physically be there.
Correct. They may call you in the morning, like, hey, did you get up and run? Yeah, I got up and ran.
So what has it been like for you when you stopped running in college, just to transition from a college athlete to a college student? Because I'm sure that lightened your load quite a bit.
Yes, it did. It lightened my load tremendously. I didn't have to be up at 5.
I bet that was nice.
Yes, that was very nice. Didn't have to worry about workouts throughout the day during classes, which made classes a lot easier to sit and focus in on classes. The big thing for me was not having that team.
I'm sure that was
missing
a transition.
Missing those guys that were there every single day that you spent a whole 2 years with.
Because you do spend a lot, I'm sure, a lot of time with the same people when you're training and running, and it's just the biggest part of your lifestyle, it seemed like. That's how you would start out every day, 5 a.m.
It was 365 days a year,
Wow.
24/7, all the time. You don't ever stop. If you run cross country and you run track, you don't ever stop. There's no time to stop.
No, because you do have to stay consistent with that distance and that speed and taking care of your body. And so now that you have had all those experiences and you are a senior, what are your plans for the future?
Right now, it's kind of up in the air. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I would love to open up my own gym and be able to control it, do what I want to do with it, have my own philosophy on the way I would train people. I would also try to get into doing some private coaching of track and field and cross country.
So targeting the high school students or the college sector?
It would be, I could train anywhere from doing middle school, high school kids to training adults
Oh, wow.
to help them if they want to go run a 5K, or what's been popular recently is the Tough Mudders or the Spartan races.
Right.
Stuff
I've
like
actually ran both of those myself. Now, I assure
Was it
you,
fun?
I did not run them fast. There were moments that were fun. There were also moments when I was wondering why I had decided to run those races. They were very long.
How far did you run yours?
The Super Spartan that I ran was 8 miles, 8, and Tough Mudder was 13.
Whew, got
I
after
know.
it.
And that, I don't know why I just jumped in like that, but some of my friends are doing it, and I decided to take the challenge, and that is exactly what it was. It was a challenge, and I'm glad that I did it, but I think I would like to just run and not to have all of the different obstacles to face along the way. So, but I did, and so you're right that is very popular right now, the mud runs and everything like that. I think just making it more engaging for people. Because one thing that I really like about running is the different fundraisers that take place, the different reasons that people will run or participate in 5Ks and 10Ks and everything else that's available, half marathons, marathons. Like, it's obviously something that pulls people in, that you get drawn. But I found that the hardest part for me, like I said, is that getting started and staying consistent.
Yeah, and it really comes down to be consistent. Is if you do it for 2 weeks and you stop, that's not being consistent. Like, once you get
No,
past,
it's not.
once you
I have
get
done that before.
Once you get past a week, or once you get past a month, then it becomes a lot easier because now it's part of your routine that you're doing every single day.
So
And
a
then
month, all right.
a month is usually whenever you start to feel better about what you're doing.
I'll keep that in mind. So about week 3, when I'm usually wanting to throw in the towel, then I'll think of that, give it 1 more week, and then I'll start feeling better.
And then there won't be nothing to go tie your shoes up and go run.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that. Well, you have had a very interesting transition from high school to college, to go from running track and cross country to continuing that path in college, and now as you are ending your career here, you're looking to continue on not only in your personal life but in your professional life, to keep the consistency, and that is something that you're obviously very passionate about.
Yes, very passionate about. I'm very passionate about any sport, really. I just happened to choose cross country and track because I was always fast, so I always ran.
You're just naturally fast.
Just naturally
I wish
fast.
I was naturally fast. That's just not something I'm naturally good at.
Yeah, and that's just, everyone always said when I was a kid growing up that he's going to be a track runner. He's going to be a track runner, and I became a track runner.
And you became a track runner.
So I've always had passion for it. I've always been intrigued on how far you can push the body, on what the body really can do.
Just reaching that fullest
Reaching
potential.
that full potential of the body. Just in the past, since I've graduated high school, you've seen a new era of track and field come through. The 100-meter record has dropped from, I think it was 9.8 or 9.89 to now it's 9.55 or 9.56.
And all those seconds
I mean,
really matter when it comes to.
That's probably around 10 meters on a track in the 100. That's a big gap.
That's a pretty big
For
gap.
100 meters.
For 100 meters, yeah, that's not a far distance anyway. And so
No, but just that record has gone down. The 800-meter record has been broken, which no one ever thought would get broken, which was now 140.11, which was 140.3 something. But just the fact that times have been dropping. The big thing now in track and field is female athletes in distance are becoming a lot better at being more efficient in longer races. I mean, you have girls nowadays running 15-minute 5Ks. That wasn't heard of too long ago.
Wow. Well, I mean, it is fascinating to me to see like you said, what the body is really capable of doing. And it has been a pleasure talking to you today, and I really appreciated hearing your story, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for having me again.
And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching Life Vibes. This has been a product of Texan News Service, and until next time, keep the good vibes rolling.